I just hit record. It's recording right now.
Okay.
Hey guys!
Hey!
They probably don't know who we are because, it's been so long.
It's been so long. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that it's been so long. I know you probably heard this before.
They heard it last time because we said it the last time. We're like one of those no good boyfriends or girlfriends that just can't get it together and they just keep making promises.
And I'm sorry and keep saying sorry. We say sorry a lot, don't we?
Yeah. Should we just stop saying sorry? Like, we're here,
Yeah.
I called you. Why you complaining?
We really want to be that type?
No.
Okay, because I don't like those no good. Sorry.
Hey, listeners. We are These Two Girls podcast. Welcome to episode 5. It's 5? I believe this is episode 5. Episode 5. We really should be on like episode 10 at this point, but slow and steady was the race.
You know what? When you said slow and steady, I thought of that song. Okay, forget it.
She'll think of it later.
There's a song on the radio.
What's been going on? A song on the radio called Slow and Steady.
Isn't it Slow and Steady? Yeah, I think it's called Slow. No, it's okay. Forget it.
Okay.
Move on.
So as usual, I'm back in town. I was out of town.
She's back. Finally, she's always gone.
I was gone for a month this time. That's not bad.
And she's going again.
No, not like that though.
Okay,
guys, I'm back. Okay, I was away. I helped a friend move to Atlanta, so I was there for a month. Just kind of helping her get assimilated, and I was able to study there. So I just kind of stuck around until it wasn't working anymore. So. Now I'm back, and I set a date for my exam.
Yes, y'all. Finally.
Finally. Don't say it like that. Ugh.
No, it's no pressure, because I want you to be ready. I really want you to be ready.
Yeah.
And in case, for those that don't know, tell them what you're taking.
Right. So I'm in medical school, and I'm taking USMLE Step 1.
You take what?
Slow down. USMLE Step 1.
Okay.
Which is the first step board licensing exam so that I can somewhat start to practice medicine in the hospital.
Yes.
And with the supervision of doctors. So I need to pass, I need to pass very well. First time wasn't so good, so here's take 2, and I'm taking that in 2 weeks.
Yes, y'all.
Yeah, so
are you excited?
Excited is not what I would use to describe how I'm feeling.
Sorry, just yeah.
I don't think that's the word for it. I am nervous, but I'm also like, it feels like time slowed down when I set the date, and it's like the days are just going by slower and slower, and I'm just like wanting it to come and go.
All the more for you to study.
I mean, yes, but I want the days to speed up, and I want my brain to speed up with it, so then it would kind of work,
Don't rush it.
You're right. The anxiety gets to me sometimes.
I can't imagine.
I'm pushing through.
So yes, guys, she's taking that test in the next 2 weeks. Please keep her in your prayers. We really want her to pass, Yeah. We want her to move on to, bigger and better things and, start doing what she loves, so that she will love, yes.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I start making plans, That's what I used to keep me going.
Right.
I'm like, I have something to look forward to.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm going out of town.
She's going out of town. She's going out of town again, guys.
Well, not for long. I'm just going on little trips.
Look at where she's going. Wait for it.
Well, first, I'm going to Orlando for a couple days.
You didn't tell me you were going to Orlando.
Well, I skipped that part, okay? But I'm going to go to Orlando because it's my friend's birthday and she's off from school.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to go hang out with her.
Hang out with your
Then I'm going to come back
for
a couple days. And then the next week, I am tentatively going to Amsterdam. For a few days with my cousin.
That's
shout out to, the airlines on these buddy passes.
Right. Shout out to the cousins, y'all. Get you some cousins in your life.
My cousins are the real MVP. Shout out to the cousins.
No shade to my cousins. I still love y'all. Okay, I still love you guys.
So yeah, we're gonna go, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I don't have any plans after that.
And shout out to Cheyenne's cousin. You guys can adopt me too as a cousin and put me on that buddy pass too. Just want to throw it out there. When you're listening, you need another cousin. Holla at your girl. One candy. So that's what's up. But yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then I should get my results in the beginning of November. Those 3 weeks I was trying to fill the 3 weeks so that I'm not sitting around freaking out about it.
Right. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like what you think.
Yeah.
Smart girl. We'll have her, that's why she's going into medicine. It takes a certain kind of brain to do them kind of things there.
Yeah, sure.
And then we're jumping into November, y'all.
And, November is birthday month for someone.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, guys. November will be my birthday is in November. Mm-hmm. Try to turn up, or not. Because
I say we need to turn up. I'm for the turn up.
You're always for the turn up.
Yes.
She always try to turn up.
Yep.
She always trying to turn up. So, yeah, so that's cool. So what's been going on other than preparing for your test? Anything new?
No.
Nothing
What's going on? I mean, everything's going on in the world. I don't know.
Right.
It's too much going on.
There's so much going on.
Is there anything new with me? No. Still trying to lose weight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the usual. But no, nothing new. What about you?
I got a new job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Candy be moving in silence. Real G's.
Why? Listen.
Like lasagna.
Listen, I don't understand. I meant to talk. Listen, what does that mean? I told y'all when I got the job. It wasn't.
No. You didn't tell us when you got the job. You told us when you were on your way to the job the first day. Not when you got the job. First of all, you didn't even tell us you had an interview for the job. Much less. So she just sent us a voice note like, "Oh, hey guys, so I'm on my way to my new job right now." Literally, she's in her car, and I'm like, "Excuse me."
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it sounds like a good job. She was all stunting in another city with a rental car. Like, if your job can send you to another city and get you a rental, listen, it sounds legit.
Yeah, that was kind of dope, though. I've never been... Yeah, they flew me out, y'all. Flew me out for training. That was... Listen, I love that. And my car, y'all, let me tell you how God worked, right? So, I went up to get my rental car, and the guy was like, your car's not ready, but, we have a little Mustang, baby, in the back if you want to try that. I'm like, is that a question? You're going to ask me if I want the Mustang over the little Toyota y'all about to give me? Heck yeah, roll. I'm like, is it going to cost anything more? And I'm just like, no, girl, Lord, God is good. And I said yes to that little red baby, red Mustang.
It did look good on you.
Stunting in the city. One of the white guys was like, "I love your car." I'm like, "Thank you." Yeah, they saw this little, black girl driving with this red car. Mm-hmm. Everybody was looking. I thought, them white people was mad.
No.
They was mad. With everything going on in the world right now.
I think white people are mad in America right now. I don't know.
I think they are mad.
It's this whole thing that's been going on.
As I'm watching the news after everything that's going on, and then I step out in the morning in my red bus, I'm like, yeah, I watched the news last night. I know y'all mad. You mad? Well, but yeah, there's a lot going on. What do you think about this whole, the whole bending the knee?
The whole bending the knee thing? My first instinct is to say, well, it's about time.
Okay.
The rest of the NFL caught up
that is
to
true.
what Kaepernick was trying to do.
Because I was starting to feel some way about that. That they all left him hanging.
The majority, only one or two,
right?
Over the course of the entire season, joined him.
I feel some type of way about that.
Now, right? I feel like now after our, president.
Our who?
Well,
my president is Obama. What are you talking about?
Your president can't be Obama.
He is Obama. You talking about 45?
Obama is no longer the president.
You talking about 45?
Listen, I need y'all to just. I understand that we mad, and I.
Who you talking about? 45? That's who you talking about?
Obama is not your president. Publics are. In case y'all did not realize,
what? I forget that they're listening to everything that recording. It's okay. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to come.
It doesn't matter if you say it on this podcast. If we even said it in the privacy of our own home, they know what we said. Okay. Simple. I'm big on the conspiracy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Is always
I agree with you. There's chips everywhere.
We're going off, but this is important. Literally something I will talk about out loud. And then I go onto my Instagram and there's an ad for it.
That's crazy.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
And and I'm not okay with it, but what can you do?
What can you do?
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you talk.
Just be safe.
It's
don't go planning any no killing nobody, no bombing,
no. We're not into that.
Yeah, we're not into that.
But
just want to put that out there.
So I think that after Trump said whatever he said on Twitter he said it at a rally.
Live.
Yes, live and whatever. That then the rest of the NFL players and some of the owners now decided to make a point of going against him. And so for me, that's kind of like, well, what is it that is this still about the racial issue that it was originated from? Or are you now just trying to prove a point to Trump? You know what I'm saying? And so that is the part that bothers me. And I know people will say we should just be happy that they're coming together. But what are they coming together for? Right? And then they're not, some of them aren't kneeling. The locking of the hands, I don't get it. What is that for?
And what about them staying in the locker room, not coming out at all?
I can accept that. Okay. I can accept that as a form of protest to it. But the locking of the hands to me doesn't look any different from if you were standing at attention while the anthem was being sung.
Right.
So that doesn't, and a lot of them were doing that. That doesn't really impress me. I mean, I guess they're not really trying to impress me, but it doesn't impress me as protests so much as those who are actually kneeling.
I will say though that, I do like the unity, it's a positive joining together and the positive unity, peaceful protest. Mm-hmm. I'm for that. You want to know what trips me out though? The folks that I'm not going to watch football anymore because they're disrespecting the flag and disrespecting our soldiers and disrespecting our anthem. I even remember I was watching a couple of videos with some guys and they were burning their season passes and their jerseys. And I'm sitting there like, you pay for that already, right? You pay for that season pass already. You pay for the jerseys already. So you burning these things. What is that doing? You boycotting after you've already bought these tickets and stuff. But my thing is that you understand the message. Some of them will say, okay, you're kneeling because of racial injustice, but but they're still upset about that. Mm-hmm. But then when the football players, I remember I saw it somewhere that some of them were accused of rape and DUI and cheating and dog fighting and all of those things you were okay with. Mm-hmm. You were fine. Mm-hmm. Still played. But now because your fellow brothers getting killed, mm-hmm. you upset.
Well, right. So that's what gives you the obvious thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's obvious that it's not about the racial issue why these people are mad. Or, I mean, it's not about the flag. It's really about the racial issue, right, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But you see, the whole boycotting thing, there's two parts to that. Because at first, before Sunday, mm-hmm. when the black community was calling for a boycott, actually, right. of the NFL, because we're like, one, because of they basically blackballed Kaepernick.
Right.
And so in support of him, they were calling for us to use our numbers, use mm-hmm. our dollars, our community dollars, and take that away in terms of viewership. Because that translates to money.
Right.
So they were calling for us to not watch the games on Sunday, to show the NFL what the black dollar means to their organization.
I didn't think that was really going to be that successful.
Well,
I think it needed to, like I always say, I feel like the people with the money is the ones that need to start this chain reaction.
Well, there were a lot of celebrities that were saying that.
Right.
You know, for example, J. Cole.
Like, for instance, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z has been, yes, I was very impressed.
I was so impressed.
Also about time, but I was very impressed.
You're right
that
about
he was
time.
Speaking out. He turned down singing the national,
right.
singing or performing at the Super Bowl next year.
Took it up now, though? Justin Timberlake. He's going to do it instead.
Well,
but he's supposed to be one of us, so they gave him a black card.
Well, you know, that's what happens when we're so quick.
Justin, we need to take back that black card. They gave him a black card.
Yeah. And yeah, so J. Cole and, you know, Angela Rye and all of those people who are normally speaking out were calling for that. But then the players decided to take the knee. But again, the question is up. Did they take the knee in support of Kaepernick, or did they take the knee as a defiance to Trump?
I don't think it was for Colin. I don't think it was
because the same time,
Colin this has been how long now?
Yeah, and now he can't get a job basically, right? He's still a free agent. No team will touch him, right? So then my thing is, why? Why are they still? So that whole thing, all those owners and all those teams and those coaches that were standing together on Sunday, why is none of them taking him up there?
That's true. That's what.
Right? I mean, I don't know nothing about the.
Does Colin have a job yet? After all of this,
right? He doesn't have a job yet still. So then that protest to me says you were just trying to prove a point to Trump,
right?
And not really. We're forgetting the real issue.
Because I remember watching one of the news reports just saying that, you know, rich people, they don't like to be bullied. They don't like to be told what to do. Mm-hmm. So that was their thing with Trump. Like, you're not going to come over here and tell us how to run.
Exactly.
Or NFL.
Right. So then, I mean, again, it takes away from the real issue. But the real issue, right? He started doing this because, you know, African Americans, black people, colored people in general were being killed in these streets. And these police officers were not being punished accordingly. Right. They were not suffering the same consequences that they would for other things, you know, and people are getting unfair jail times. All those things was what he was protesting. But then people got to come out, I'm going to just say it, you know, racist white people got to come out and say, oh, you're disrespecting the flag. First of all, like what he specifically says what he's doing.
Repeatedly, over and over again. And I've seen so many reports just explaining over and over again what Colin is kneeling for. It's not to disrespect the flag, even though y'all already disrespect the flag, you know, how it has bathing suits, you know, how it has drawers, you know.
Because I did the research, because I heard this, but I did the research, right? And it specifically says that the flag should not be used, or any part of it, to mark any insignia. It should not be embroidered on cushions, handkerchiefs.
Oh, really?
It shouldn't be printed on paper napkins.
Oh, really?
Or boxes.
You see 4th of July?
That anything that can be used temporary and discarded. It should not be on advertising signs. Okay, like there's like a list, an official government constitutional list that says everything that the flag should and should not be used for.
Really?
How it should be displayed, how it shouldn't, when you're hanging it, how it should be hanged, how it should be carried. It shouldn't be horizontal.
I didn't even know they
There's like literally that. Yeah. So then you want to talk about disrespecting the flag, but yet they do that literally every day.
Every day.
Right?
I've seen it as bathing suits, I've seen it as napkins, I've seen it on plates, I've seen it as people underwear,
exactly,
drawers.
And all those things are literally exclusively listed as prohibited, as for ways that the Star Spangled Banner should be.
And the anthem. So we're disrespecting the anthem. This same anthem that didn't. I'm tripping over why we keep talking about we're disrespecting the anthem. But the anthem doesn't have anything to do with. It didn't have us as black people in mind.
Oh, of course not. Actually, I can't remember what the story behind it was, but it was signifying when the guy that wrote the song was signifying something at the end of one of those wars where some black people were defeated. Like it was like. And
I can't remember details. I just know it's not for us.
None of this stuff in this country is for us.
And and that's my thing too. Even after it is explained and we get the history and it's explained over and over again, why would these people still want to say that we are disrespecting the flag
again, the answer
it don't belong to us.
The answer is, right, racism is embedded in American history. The majority, maybe not the majority, let me not misspeak, but racism is alive.
It is.
This is not up for debate. This is a fact.
Won't debate it.
So that is why, you see, starting from last year when Trump was running his campaign, he gave back fuel and power to people who were secretly racist. Okay.
Even that, like even with what happened in Charlottesville, that too.
Man,
what is it? Oh, fine. What do you say? Fine.
There's fine people on both sides.
Fine people on both sides.
Because
look how sweet that was.
Yeah, but then the players are SOBs,
right?
So
you thought that no one was going to make a noise about that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how much noise we make at this point. But I mean, no, not that it doesn't matter. I feel like we have to figure out a way to be as strategic as the people were in the civil rights movement. The Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's.
The Rosa Parks.
We don't have that kind of organization now because we are living comfortably for the most part, right? We're not being explicitly deprived of anything like they were back in the day. We're able to go to school. We're able to work. We're able to shop in the same grocery stores. We're able to eat at the same restaurants. We're not necessarily being deprived privileges like they were. So now it's harder to rally us together.
I
you know what I'm saying?
That. You know what? Along with celebrities not taking a stand and people with money, people in power that can probably create some change. Not only does that bother me, I heard when you said that Jay-Z finally, did something. I feel like he could do some more, but it's also religious leaders. I'm struggling with this right now because I feel that this should be something that they should be talking about.
Well, here's my question to you. Religious leaders, we're talking about black religious leaders, or we're just talking about religious leaders in general? Because then the question goes into racism. Is in the church, in the Christianity, right? If you trace it back, Christianity has some racist history in there.
Okay.
You know, they used to use the Bible to try to brainwash slaves. Anyway, and then even if you think about the Bible Belt in America, it's all through the racist states. You know, that southern area, Tennessee, you know, Alabama, those states. You know,
and it's not just this topic. Mm-hmm. It's not just with the bending of the knee, and it's also with, you know, when the shootings were happening.
Yeah.
You know, things like that's going on. I just feel like we should be talking about it.
Yeah, what is the church's role
when it comes
to these social injustices? Like, what is even your local pastor supposed to do or say to its congregation when it comes to this?
Oh, you're asking me?
I mean, you know,
or you just
rhetorically.
I think that we should bring it up. Mm-hmm. I think that it's something that, you know, we should talk about, and how can we move forward? What can we do as a people? Is it that we're going to pray? Is it that we're going to start our own movement? Is that we're going to go and get picket signs and march these streets? I mean, what are we going to do? Are we going to still stay here every Sunday morning and preach like this is not happening?
Right.
Preach, what did it? Oh my gosh, I lost it. What I was just thinking, but I feel like we're not talking about these things. The things that when we leave church on a Sunday morning, this is what we're going back into the world. You know?
I feel like for me, one of my issues lately with church in general is that when I go to church, and not just specifically our church, I'm not saying that, but when I'm churches, and I haven't been home, so I haven't been to our church in a while. Okay. But when I go to church, I see where I'm getting the same message. Like we said this in the first episode. I was baptized at 7. I grew up in the church, born in the church. I know the Bible stories. Okay, I've heard majority of all the angles that you can preach. You know, anything Jonah and the whale, whatever. I've heard it, most of it. I mean, you know, there's new angles you can get and new ways you can receive the word. But I feel like every time I go to church, it's like the same. There's nothing relevant for me to go back to my work week, my school week, and to deal with what's really happening in society. Because we're just preaching the same blessings and the same.
That's what I meant to say.
You know,
what I was trying to say.
Faith and yes, you know, those things are important.
They are,
but you get what I'm saying. We're no longer. There's nothing fresh. There's nothing to now put this story of Jonah and the whale into how I deal with my racist coworker when I go back to work this week. You know, that's what I mean. Like,
even think with I'm sure every church has, you know, well, young black men. You know, how do we talk to our black men about these things that's going on, and when they step out of the church, you know, help them to be safe.
Yeah. But, you know, we have a unique situation where, one, we're in a church that's majority black and maybe majority Caribbean. And so in the first place, Caribbean people sometimes think that they're exempt from this kind of situations. Like, I feel like some people who, like us, that we migrate, or even maybe our parents more so, they forget that if the police pull them over, they're not going to know that you're Jamaican. You're African, you're black.
That's interesting, you know, Shine.
You know?
Interesting.
So they don't think like that. They don't, because they might not identify as African American, right? So then they don't think.
So is that a reason why you think that topics like what's going on now is not necessarily addressed in Caribbean churches?
Possibly. That's a theory of mine. I think we're kind of naive to what we are and what we're perceived to be. And really, we're black. We're black, and we need to remember that. And not just, we're so used to just identify as Jamaican, Haitian, Bahamian, whatever. We're not thinking, at least I think most of the older folks think like that. And so now when we go to these churches, your pastor is going to be more catering to that mindset.
Because I even remember, after I think the Charlottesville thing happened on the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I remember, because, man, these things weigh heavily on me, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to church this Sunday, expecting something about what just took place, what seriously just took place yesterday, which would have been Saturday or the Friday, and nothing. And so that is my struggle. I'm not sure what the church role is in with things like this, because I want to feel like we know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. This is our reality. It's on our news. It's on the radio. The kids, the younger generation, it's they see it in their schools. Let's talk about it. It's real.
Yeah.
And I guess that's. I mean, you say it could be a Caribbean thing. I don't know.
I haven't been to. I mean, I don't think it's just a Caribbean thing. I'm just addressing our personal unique situation, but. I think also in other churches. I think there's churches that do address it. I think.
Well, I've been to churches that have addressed it. I remember when oh my gosh, when a couple of the young brothers were shot, and I remember this one church I attended a candlelight vigil for it. Mm-hmm. And they brought in some of the city leaders and they spoke about it and they prayed about it, and and I'm just like, I love this. Mm-hmm. I love that we're talking about it.
Right.
And we're praying about it.
Yeah.
And we are trying to see how we can fix this or what we can do in our community, in our personal spaces to create change.
Yeah. Because my fear is what has to happen first before we feel truly affected. And I don't want to know the answer to that.
I don't want to know the answer to that.
But, it's always something.
Must be close to home?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, is that what it's going to take before, and the problem is it's not going to happen like that. Again, going back to how racism is kind of embedded in parts of Christianity. Mm-hmm. Because when when Trump is talking about Muslims, they can come together, and you will see the post on Facebook about, not all Muslims are ISIS, and their beliefs are completely opposite of what ISIS stands for. And I know this to be true. I have a lot of Muslim friends. Their beliefs are very close fundamentally to Christianity, the basis, and then the way of living, like, how you treat others and stuff like that, right? So there, you'll know that this is not what they stand for. So, what was I saying? Well, okay, yes. So, right. So then, because our country, calls themselves to be rooted in Christianity also.
Right.
You're not gonna get your mega churches to be speaking out against the government, because for me, it's like, I feel like we need some practical solutions. We need some action. We can't just be me and you sitting here talking about this and a million other people talking about this. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? And what is it going to take for us to do this? I don't know. And, I really think I always say, I've been saying this for a while, we need a modern day Martin Luther King.
Right.
Or even a Malcolm X, to be honest, to kind of get the ball rolling. But it's in the era that we're living in, it's going to take a celebrity face that's going to be dedicated. So and, you know, Kaepernick he's kind of been the sacrificial lamb right now.
Right.
But is he going to keep pushing this?
And I think we've left him hanging,
We've left him hanging.
We have left him hanging.
So it's like,
because everyone still watches their football. Everyone's still carrying on like, yeah, he did sacrifice a lot for this.
But you see, it's always scary to speak out and to make that sacrifice, because this thing, to really see change, it's going to take sacrifice. Can you imagine if football players not only kneeled or locked hands, but decided that they weren't playing?
That's what I'm saying.
You think they could do that, though? You know how much money? Because I feel like that would be maybe direct breach of contract. Maybe.
But it's money. They've tied us down with money. Instead of using whips and chains, it's money.
Oh, one comment that was floating around this week, I meant to mention it earlier. These little, those Trump newscasters and stuff saying stuff like how these black people in America are ungrateful.
Ungrateful?
Yes, how they're ungrateful that they get to live in this free country, and where they're ungrateful by not respecting the flag and the anthem because they get to live in it. And I was like, I can't even begin to unpack the racistness of that comment. What do you mean ungrateful? And so that to me just answers the question again. This is about race. There's nothing you can tell me about this flag. I don't want to hear
ungrateful.
It. This is about race.
Do you know what? The ancestors, what they've done for them to be able to live comfortably. The fields they've plowed, the cotton they've picked, the people them babied and that them take care of.
Yeah, but that is
the wars that they've participated in.
We need to wake up and realize that is the mindset of a good percentage of the people you walk by, you work with.
Yes, and I still said to this day, I remember I posted on Facebook the other day, well, probably last year, about this one girl that I went to middle school with, and we were such good friends in middle school. And I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I will never forget when she posted this picture of herself and her boyfriend just, laughing in the cotton field. I don't even remember what the comment was, but I remember when she did that, and I remember I reposted it, and I remember there were lots of comments in there, but I still follow this girl, just to see if, oh my gosh, this is not how she really is. This was not my friend in that school. I actually
remember when you posted that and we talked about it. And then after that, I saw this girl from college, a white girl, and me and her were lab partners in chemistry lab. And this chick, I used to let her copy my homework, my lab homework, pre-lab work, every day. She would never do her stuff. And I would always come with the problem solved and be like, here, girl, here you go. And then I saw her making racist, pro-Trump comments on Facebook during the election and after, and even now during, all the stuff that's going on. And I was like, well then.
Yes, the same thing with the girl. The same thing with this girl I went to middle school with. That's all she's been on her page. I know I'm just following her. She talk about her dog. And oh my God, my dog. And and I'm just like, she doesn't say anything about what's going on. And when she does, she used to repost that girl, that sassy white girl that
that chick
that recently got fired.
I don't really need to remember her
y'all
name.
Know who I'm talking about. And she'll repost stuff, and I agree with that. And remember, she last week she reposted some news report with somebody talking about how they are ungrateful. The NFL players should be fired. They are SOBs. And she reposted, and I'm just like, how were we friends? How were we friends?
As kids, you're kind of innocent, and then, but you're being raised that way, right? But you're at school, but these are your friends, and then you come into your own.
But I'm saying, but you should know better.
No,
because you've been going to school with us this whole time. We were your friends. We hung out. We were at each other.
But
you should know that we are
taught her differently.
I don't know. I think that should be that should change everything. For the mere fact that we all grew up together.
Yeah.
Elementary, middle, high school, college. You've seen what your parents didn't see, you know? You were part of those friendships.
You would hope.
You know? So that's the part that it's unfortunate. But
you know, the one thing you just said, and this would be my last comment, is that a friend of mine, he said to me just the other day, and this is me citing my sources, he said, if Kaepernick had knelt that week and said, you know, I'm just really mad about animal cruelty and I'm supporting PETA and, you know, these animals are just not being treated right, then the entire stadium would have been like, yeah, you're right.
That is true.
I'm kneeling too. Because my dog is more important than black people. And that's what that's the reality of America.
It's true.
Animals are more quickly to receive the sympathy than black people, and that's where we're at. Really,
that is true. That's sad. That is so sad. Y'all stay woke. Stay woke. Don't be caught sleeping. Don't be caught slipping in these streets, guys. It's serious. They work with you. They work with you. You go to restaurants with them. You even go to church with them. Mm-hmm. You know, they're there. Yeah. They're all around, man. So,
well, let's on a lighter note. We'll wrap up. So hopefully, we're having guests on our next episode?
Yes. We're having guests on our next episode. I love guests.
They remind me of the For the D and the For the Other Thing challenge.
Have you guys? We'll talk about it.
We're going to ask our guests next week will tell us the things that they have done or not done for the D.
And I'm going to ask you, Shine.
You'll ask me?
I'm going to ask you. What have you... Yes.
You're going to ask me next week?
Next week.
Okay, good. Because
Yes. For the D challenge. What have you done for the D?
And if you're one of our PG listeners and you have... Not PG, but like, you know, more sheltered listener that doesn't know what we're talking about, just Google it. Beware of the explicits.
Yes.
But it's out there.
And for you married folks, I know y'all know what
you know. This is what I'm gonna say. Email us.
Yes.
With a story, anything that you have done for the D.
Oh my gosh! Please. That would be so awesome. Send us
the D email. Or for the guys, the V.
The P.
Well, P is what they're using, but the V.
I hope you guys understand what we're saying. I'm sure. Yes. Some of you guys do. Probably the older folks.
Yeah, they'll just message us if you don't understand. Yes. We'll clarify. Okay.
Yes, we will.
So next week, hopefully our next guest. So the email is These Two Girls Podcast.
These Two Girls Podcast
at gmail.com.
Yes, email us. We love emails.
Yes. And you know, soon we're gonna read them. We won't read your name. We'll be anonymous. Right. So, you know, just go ahead and send that to us. Your story for what you have done for sex, basically. Okay. What lengths have you gone to?
It's not just sex, Shine.
It's like that specific person.
That specific.
Yes.
Specific
person. Gosh, I could think of some.
Or that specific D. Or that specific T.
Well, yes.
That's next week, y'all.
Next week we're gonna talk to our guests.
And we're gonna have guests. I love guests. And we're gonna have some.
Yes, I think I'm looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to that one.
But
y'all know I like that saucy stuff.
That's it? No. Yeah, we're at 44 minutes. We can stop.
Yeah. So y'all, that's it. Stay woke in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, create change and stay black.
Stay black.
Yes. Love y'all.
All right.
Y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Dance, little brother, don't give up the fight. Hang on till
all call it from years ago. It's spiritual, the way that them tears, they fell slow. Roots and bruises so deep, found it hard to sleep. Souls lost in the heat, pray to God to keep. Fast forward to my pop, he nod and geek off the heroin.